Hello and welcome back to this day trade and analysis video of the 16th of May 2025. In this video, I'm going to analyze pre-market biggest movers and their catalysts and see if they were tradable and how they could have been traded during the pre-market and the market session. If you're new here, I'm sharing my journey learning trading, focusing on catalyst-based day trading and catalyst-based swing trading, and I'm looking to develop an edge over news and catalysts. So if this is something that interests you, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. The first stock we're going to look at is TSSI, which is a data center technology company. They reported their financial results the first quarter of 2025 on the 15th, right after market close. And so let's look at the news. So the news was that TSS reports first quarter 2025 revenue of 99 million, which was up 523%. Okay, so let's look at the details of the news. So a data center services company that provides AI and high-performance computer integration, deployment, and related services today reports results for its first quarter ended 31st of March 2025. Then the statement there says that we are off to a strong start in 2025 with exponential increases in both our top and bottom lines, driven by robust growth in our procurement and systems integration segments, including incremental contribution from AI rack integration services, comments their CEO. For the first quarter, revenue was up 523%. This is actually the key point. Diluted earnings per share were 0.12 cents compared to just over break-even, and adjusted EBITDA increased more than tenfold compared to the year ago quarter. And looking ahead, we are confident in the continued growth of our core businesses and expect some acceleration in the AI. So their forward-looking statement is also, well, comment is very interesting. Continued growth, expect some acceleration in AI rack integration services revenue beginning in the second quarter. Our focus on innovation and operational excellence positions us to deliver sustained value to our customers and shareholders. We remain excited about the opportunities ahead as we build on our momentum in systems integration and procurement. Okay, now some numbers. So the first number is the revenue. Revenues were 99 million, up 523%. That's a very impressive increase in revenue. Procurement revenues of 90 million, that's the majority of their revenue, which is also up 676%, showing an incredible growth there. System integration revenues of 7.5 million, which is also up 253%. Facilities management revenues of 1.3, so up down 40%, but kind of insignificant in light of the previous the other sources of revenue that were just had an incredible increase. Gross profit of 9.2 million, up 239%. Net income of 3 million, up from 15,000, sorry. Yeah, so 3 million net income compared to 15,000. That's quite impressive as well. Diluted EPS of 12 cents, up from absolutely nothing, and adjusted EBITDA of 5 million, up from 500,000 basically. Okay, so these numbers, I mean, the first one is already enough for this to be incredibly bullish, but of course seeing increase and improvement of numbers across the board is also it just adds to the bullishness of the news. Now, in terms of their outlook, so they say here that they are highly optimistic about their growth prospects for 2025 and beyond. Just last week, we began initial production of a new facility. Okay, very good. We expect production volumes will grow in the second quarter and continue to ramp through the remainder of 2025 and into 2026. Based on our current visibility and within the ever-changing geopolitical environment, continue to expect total revenue in the first half. So let's see what they expect. Revenue, the guidance that they're given is so the first half of 2025 to exceed total revenue in the second half of 2024. Okay, and for the full year 2025, we continue to expect adjusted EBITDA to be at least 50% higher than 2024. Very good. Then in light of demand and rapidly advancing AI computing environments. Of course, this is a company that seems to be operating also in the AI space. Our new facility is a strong differentiator. Our team has done an exceptional job getting the building outfitted, including significant power resource available. This marks the beginning of a new and exciting chapter for TSS. Excellent. Okay, and then, yeah, this kind of catalyst based on financial numbers usually works very well and is pretty reliable. So let's have a look at how the stock reacted. So we're looking at the 1 minute chart here of TSSI, post-market here and the pre-market here. And as you can see, immediately after the news was out, the stock just reacted very positively, started trending higher, and had a gain of, I would say 50%, 55%, not going all the way, it's just going here, 55% during the post-market session. Then what happened was that the stock gave up some of these gains during the pre-market session. So opened higher around $14 here, 14.7, then went down to around 12.5, and then kind of just trended sideways during the pre-market session of the next day. So for those who trade the post-market, this obviously was a good trade to take post-market. At any point really, and then obviously during the pre-market there was no opportunity there to trade the stock. The stock just gave up the gains, traded sideways. It's more in the after the market opened that the opportunity was very good. So initially at the market open, the stock just traded kind of like choppy, up and then down, up and down, still around VWAP, but up and down, up and down. So trading around the open here is not a very good strategy. I've noticed this in some under certain market conditions and in certain markets, either bullish or bearish markets, it wouldn't be like this. But in the current market environment, it seems that the market open is just a lot of volatility and a lot of overreactions in the market open. But then the real move starts after this craziness finishes. And so when did this become an actual trade? TSSI became a good trade the moment, for me anyways, the moment it crossed VWAP. You can see here, the moment it crosses VWAP here goes, you have this candle here crossing VWAP, and then this other candle actually closing above VWAP altogether. Then you may have, you know, a little bit of a pullback. This is a micro pullback, but then you can see the stock kind of just went up. And the gain was 17%, then maybe a bit higher during the session. Yeah, around 18-19%. So obviously nice move to catch, but this stock has, given the news and given the fact that this was quite a neglected stock, trading sideways here. You can look at the daily chart, kind of just giving a lot of gains here, and then this news kind of caught the market by surprise, because having a 500% growth in their revenue is pretty impressive. Sorry, that was the EPS. So it's the earnings. Let's just let me see. 500. No, it's the revenue. It's the revenue that was up 523%. So this could have been a catalyst for a multi-day swing, but given the market conditions currently, you may have these moves starting later on which kind of means that potentially a news or a catalyst that could have been a good catalyst for a swing trade in normal market conditions or less volatile market conditions may be just a day trade kind of catalyst in the current market conditions with the high volatility and all the uncertainty around policy, tariffs, Trump tax bill, etc., etc. The other stock that we're going to look at, which made a surprising move on that day, was SPCE, which is Virgin Galactic Holding. That's an airspace and defense, well, it's mostly airspace traveling. Reported earnings on, I believe, the day before, after the market opened. After the market closed. And the news was pretty simple, actually. So they reported a loss of 84 million in the first quarter, which is not surprising because they've been reporting losses many quarters before. But I think the surprise there, and the thing that the market didn't price in, was that they actually reported revenue. So they had some revenue, so 461,000 over that period, right? And so that's all. That's the news. The news wasn't anything exciting, in my opinion. And I think a lot of people thought the same, that the news was not anything spectacular. We'll see how the market reacted to this. Okay, so we're looking at the 1-minute chart of SPCE. And as you can see, the initial reaction to the news when the news was out here. So a little sort of positive reaction, of course. A move of nearly 30%, 27%, and then kind of like giving up most of that gain and going sideways post-market. Then on the pre-market session next day, tried to go up a little bit, kind of giving back the gains again, going up a little bit, and then doing some sideways action. So absolutely nothing was indicating, obviously for me this was not even tradable, like pre or post market, but there was nothing indicating that the stock will make an impressive move during the market session. We're going to see now what happened. What happened is that the stock at the open, as you can see here, at the open, maybe a little bit of giving up some gains, not even giving up, but just going up a little bit, going down, then going up a little bit above VWAP there, and kind of surfing, but on an upward trend, even though it's not so steep there, but going up, and then just the stock took off crazy. So let's see the amplitude of the move. The move was nearly 56%. I mean, even more if you account for the market open, but say when you could have traded that stock, in my view, somewhere around here. But you see, it's something that took a lot of people by surprise, because, as I said, it's not particularly anything impressive, but I think it was not priced in. The market didn't price in that SPCE would report any revenue, but because they reported some revenue, and just means that maybe there are some prospect for airspace traveling there, and therefore the stock reacted very positively. Now, of course, this was an overreaction, and the stock gave up a lot of the gains in the next few days. But this was a very good opportunity for a day trade on that particular day. And it gets to show that for day trading, sometimes you don't have to have the best catalyst from a fundamental standpoint. Sometimes a catalyst that is not anything impressive or anything spectacular can still be perceived by the market as extremely bullish, but for that particular day. So just prompt an overreaction from the market on that day. So for day trading, the looking at the catalyst, you should always keep in mind that some catalysts would still have some unexpected reactions from the market. That tends to be less the case for swing trading. These were the two stocks that made an interesting move and could have been traded based on news and catalyst on that day. As always, please share and like the video and subscribe if you enjoy my videos. And thank you for watching.